Checking boxes off left and right. A fabulous celebration of your 80th year.
But they're good.
Very good. Yeah, exactly.
Have you interviewed most people?
Most people.
These two?
No, he hasn't interviewed me either.
Okay, then you've got work to do.
And just speak into this. Can you? Okay. Dear Mirabai, I value our 50-year friendship. We share a love of travel.
Yes.
We were counselors. We love flowers and cooking. And above all, we love our wonderful children and grandchildren. 50 years ago, we met in a parenting class. What a delight it has been seeing our children and grandchildren grow into the wonderful people that they are. When Tim and I got married on the sailboat, the wind blew 22 knots, and you went into the galley to pray.
I did. With your daughter.
Yes, thank you. It's probably like we're here having this conversation right now, right?
I was so scared on that boat. There was no real crew on that boat.
No, one person had sailed, another thought they had, so yes. Anyway, the praise, it was important. Above all, Mirabai, we have a spiritual connection at the core of our beings. I will love you always. Thank you for being my good friend. And thank you for turning out so well. as Heather did and Sophia, and to let you know, our granddaughter is now 18 as of a couple days ago, and she's going to the University of San Diego.
Nice.
She got a 3.9. She got the President's Scholarship, so the beat continues.
Yes.
The beat continues, and we give great thanks for our lives.
Yes.
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 Yes, and I understand you're going to Italy.
Yes. Again.
Again.
I'll be going in September. And to South America in March.
Oh,
Yes.
where are you going in South
Chile
America?
and Argentina.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
A Rhodes Scholar trip.
Oh, that's going to be so much fun.
Yes,
You
I
make
know.
sure you go to the dance,
The tango.
the tango. That is
That's
so
in
much
Buenos
fun.
Aires.
Yes,
Yeah.
and you'll be going to where besides Santiago.
And then other places, and I don't know all the names. And then we'll be in Buenos Aires, and then we're going to the falls and
Oh,
a
you're
couple of
going to Iguazu Falls?
Iguazu Falls.
You really
Yes.
know the area.
Yeah, we've done a lot of traveling. We've been to like 52 countries, and we love to travel. But we didn't get to go to Iguazu Falls because it was right after 9/11 or something, and there were terrorists that were hanging out there. So we had to change our trip, and we went to Turkey, I think, instead or something.
Oh,
Yeah, but it'll be
Yeah.
wonderful for you now.
Yeah,
That's one of
yeah,
the great
yeah.
wonders of the world. And
Yeah.
when are you doing that?
In March.
Oh, boy.
Ken and I will be going with some good friends of his and the Rhodes Scholar group. So,
That's the way to do it.
yeah.
And Rhodes Scholar when you're going down to Chile and
Yes.
to Argentina too?
Yes. Yeah.
That's
one
the
trip.
way, that's
It's about
the
an
way to do it.
18-day trip.
18 days.
Yeah. So it's going to be
I'm
fun.
happy for you. What a way to celebrate your 80th
I
birthday.
know.
Oh, good. And I understand you're traveling all the time, Robert.
We travel a bit actually.
Yeah.
So Europe and India and
India too.
well, I have an office there.
Oh, you
And so I do
do?
that more for work.
Oh.
Yeah.
The first time I met Mirabai,
Oh,
you had been to India
that was
for a while.
1976.
Hence her name.
And that was quite a trip for you.
Transformative.
Oh, yeah. And that's your name.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Tell me about your name.
The name Mirabai was given to me by Anandamoyi Ma when I met her, and I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know whether it meant hello or goodbye, but whatever. And that's the name that she gave me because we were to bring a non-material gift, and I brought a song. And Mirabai was a princess, a royal princess in India, but she gave up her royalty to sing God songs and write poetry to Krishna. She's still very well known in India. Her poems are still recited and her songs sung. They're very simple, but that's the name Mirabai.
What a perfect name for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to be inspired to write the song, but I haven't gotten another one yet.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, this journey has been a blessing
Yes, it
for
has.
us, and
Yes.
we give thanks all
Yeah.
the time.
All the time.
Yeah,
So there you go.
yeah.
180.
Of course. Well, why not? You work hard for that. Good Lord. Yeah. You vote enough. Yes. You know.
Keep her grounded.
Yeah. Well, she's very fortunate. She's fortunate to have,
super
you know,
fortunate.
a son that has worked so well.
I keep telling people you used to mow my lawn for 50 cents.
I know. That's how I got started.
I know. I gave you your start.
And
I
actually,
never-
the way
I'll say that from
the
now
way I
on.
did it though, full credit. The way I did it is I had a paper route, and to buy the lawnmower, I double collected on the paper route.
You were already at that age.
The business
only
wheels were
11
already
years
turning
old,
all
I
the way back then.
You were only 11.
Yeah. And I had.
That's what he was figuring out.
Yeah.
Guess what?
There I
I
am,
can
like-
never mow another lawn. Isn't that too bad?
Actually, when they mow the lawn, I have to close the doors. Now I know to close the doors. Yeah. When we were just got married, and we were going to honeymoon in France. We rented a car from Nice to drive all the way to Loire Valley, which is a long ass way. And I said to Lisa, because she was doing that part of the arrangements, it's really important that we have air conditioning. And she thought I was just being, entitled. And she's like, it's fine, I didn't get air conditioning, but no big deal. But it turns out, in the summer, if you don't have air conditioning, you roll down the windows. If you roll down the windows in the summer, going from Provence to Loire,
Oh, no.
it's just
Cut grass.
fields of cut grass. So when I got there, they had to bring a doctor to the hotel. And I'm like, when I say I need air conditioning, I really need air conditioning.
Really, not
My
kidding.
windows are shut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going through cut grass for
You want
8 hours.
a romantic evening tonight, but I can't do it, you know. I just met your little Mr. Ken.
Oh, good.
I said, Ken, what is your association? Judy and Michael went, it's the Ken. I said, okay, the Ken.
Look at
Got it. Well, I can see you did a little.
No, Johanna made that for me just now.
There's two recipes here. One's for fish and one's for meat.
Send it back down.
I'm going to share this.
Did you just
Here.
take my measuring spoon?
Yes. I don't think so. There's
Where'd it go?
Oh, it's right here.
Oh, we got to wait up.
The paprika is right here.
How much we need of that?
He doesn't need any more. But it's not increased.
I think I'm talking. I'm being very serious.
Did you get the herbs? One time?
I haven't got most of
I'm going to move around a bit, okay?
And I have to say, first of all, just, what a peach she really is. Lord knows. Now, I don't, I don't know facts, right? I
Okay.
don't remember the year we met.
1989.
See, my brain doesn't work that way.
Okay. I'll assist if you'd like.
But you, I remember, right? Regardless of not being able to remember details. But what I remember, for instance, about going to Italy with Mirabai is you found that incredible villa.
Yeah, yeah.
And my sense of you in that villa was almost the word regal comes to mind. Your presence is so amazing. But the reason I don't quite want to say regal is because you're always laughing. Not every second, but it's amazing how much she enjoys life, and that mixture of presence, of calmness, combined with that sense of humor, is always so much attracted to me to you. It's truly amazing. And Lord knows you've had struggles in your life.
Yes, I have had struggles.
My God, and you've been honest with me about them. You've told me, and you haven't pretended it's all sweetness and light. But my God, you stayed so centered. Is my experience of you, right? You have stayed so okay about life and keeping on embracing it. You stun me with your ability to love life.
Thank you.
It's really something. And another thing I want to say about you is your wisdom, right? I'm particularly, like Leos is gone from my head. That's the school where we met. But I don't remember hardly a thing. But the Gottman stuff, always again your presence and the wisdom. You are one of the grand ladies of Gottman work.
Oh, wow, that's a title.
Yes, absolutely. It's so appropriate, right? Both in how much you know this stuff and love it.
Yeah.
It's obvious that this doesn't just come in your
it's
mouth
in my
and
bones.
out. Yeah.
It's in my
yeah,
bones.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so your passion about it, your love for it. It's just, again, it's always made me so happy to know you and to listen to you and be connected with you. It's very powerful. You're a very powerful woman.
Oh, thank you. Karen. That's so sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just so glad to be here and this celebration of you.
Yeah, thank
and
you.
meeting your son, who I haven't met until today. I'm so delighted to do that. And
Yeah.
knowing what a wonderful guy he has to be.
He is a wonderful guy. He's providing this birthday party for me. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
That's so
Just
sweet.
incredible.
I'm so glad you're here. So glad.
Yeah.
Great. The conversations we've had and all the
Always.
depths that we've reached.
And that's another thing I wanted to say. You have been there for me in such powerful ways. One of the things that stands out is Sims. Now, when we went to Italy, it was also, unfortunately, my trip to hell. It's actually because of me, because of who I am, my struggles,
Yeah.
Various things that I won't get into. It's about Mirabai. And in fact, that's when you introduced me to this approach of called Sims, which is really about being so present. Well, she turns out to be incredible at being present, right? And so my experience of you with that, and just your heart and your love for me, I felt very vulnerable with you, and it made the hell part go a lot away.
Well, that's important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's been an amazing journey,
Yes.
and I look forward to more. So you got to keep that heart going.
Absolutely.
And all the other parts of you. I
I'm
love that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Keep it up. Keep it
That
up.
is
keep it
then,
up.
and this is now.
Right. Perfect.
Yes.
Look fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
Right.
Oh yeah. Look at me. Like lean in. Tina, look at me.
Thank you, though.
That's great. Yeah. We'll get through it. You will get through it. Yeah. And you'll be a wiser woman.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Well, I met Mirabai back in the 80s, and I was going to get married, and she became a minister in order to marry me and my husband. And it was lovely to have her do that. And since then, she's married many people. So it kind of started off a trend, but my experience of Mirabai is of her being generous and giving, and she loves to celebrate. So I've been to her 50th, 60th, 70th, and now 80th birthday gathering. So I celebrate Mirabai. So I've gone down to Cannon Beach area with her on 2 different occasions, and just staying at the beach and walking the beach, working on puzzles, eating meals, preparing meals. Yeah, many fun memories of beach walks. Yeah.
We were in Thousand Oaks, and Ian was very little, our oldest grandson, and he was having a hard time going to sleep. But I think Mirabai said it was Dylan. It was one of the two of them. We can't remember which grandson. And so we said that we would drive him around and get him to go to sleep. And so he's in the back of the car snoring away, and Mirabai and I are talking about just random things. And one of us said, that about being a vegetarian, and another one of us said that we knew a vegetarian that would only eat, not even cooked foods, just raw foods, raw vegetarian foods. And I think Mirabai said, I know somebody like that. And then we kept going on, and I said, and this person, used to dance in this very unusual way. And she said, I know somebody like that. And and then we kept talking about this person, and finally we discovered, and I said his name was Harold, and she said, I know Harold. He was my boyfriend. And I said, he was my mother's boyfriend also. And we started laughing. It was so funny, this lead up of, and then it turns out that we both knew him so well. And how could that happen? She lives in Seattle and I live there, and it was hysterical. So then we talked more about Harold and, what kind of person he was. He was a very gentle, sweet person. And I guess after my mother and he broke up, and my mother was older than he was, and he was older than Mirabai. So that's sort of how it worked out. But we laughed and laughed and laughed. It was so hysterical. So that's one of the stories that I have of Mirabai and I. It is so crazy. And Mirabai grew up close to where I grew up in Westchester. She grew up in Culver City. So we figured that we went to a lot of the same things together and didn't know it.
Yeah, I've heard something about how people meet in their lives later on, and when it feels like there's a coincidence or like it's fate, there's a high chance that in your past you were in close proximity and didn't know it. I've heard that before, and I just got chills, but I've heard that before, and now that you guys are telling these stories, that sounds more and more true to me.
Yes.
It's almost like fate.
Because Robert grew up part of the time in Seattle and part of the time in Palos Verdes. And then he went to Berkeley. And then Lisa, who, lived in Thousand Oaks, went to Berkeley. And then they had the same masseuse. Robert was involved with this masseuse woman, and Lisa went to her for a massage, and she was such a nice person, and she invited them both to a party. And that was it. They knew it was it was going to be a long, and now it's been over 28, 30 years.
That's how they met.
That's how they met. And so, I mean, I had never met Mirabai directly, and Lisa hadn't, but we had all, and then we just keep finding more of these overlaps in our lives, which is really something.
Yeah. That is crazy.
It is crazy. So yeah, Mirabai and I have so much fun together when we travel together. We just laugh and have funny things, and it it just
What's a travel story that stands out with you and her?
the other funniest story, it's not exactly a travel story, but at Thanksgiving, I can show you the picture. I was cooking in the kitchen, and I was wearing a new sweater and blouse, and Mirabai was upstairs getting ready. And when she comes down, we are wearing the same clothes.
Wow.
Which is another time where we just laughed and laughed and laughed. And Ian was laughing so hard, he wanted to take a picture with each one of his grandparents on either side in the same clothes. So Mirabai and I agreed that we needed to check in with each other before we went to an event so that we wouldn't be wearing the same clothes.
Oh my gosh.
And the lady who sent her the clothes, their cabbie clothes, is here. She,
How are you guys in touch with her still?
because Mirabai and her are friends, and she lives in Hawaii, and now she's coming to stay with Mirabai for a little while.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. But that was a hysterical instance.
Yeah. I've seen that before with friends as well, where they will accidentally dress the same outfit on the same day and just show up.
That was so funny. So all of our Thanksgiving pictures were in the same clothes. And I'm trying to think of, I can't think of one as funny as that for traveling, but we certainly did a lot of fun things together. And Mirabai and I, we went to Naples, and we were hoping, both Mirabai and I were really hoping that we'd go to see the ruins around Naples. But it ended up where we were in the airport for the entire day trying to catch a plane to Sicily.
Was it getting delayed?
It kept getting delayed and delayed and delayed. And then we were in line, one of the lines that we were at, and everybody started saying, "This is because it's in Italy. These are the Italians doing this." And then somebody else said, "In Germany, it would have been on time." Then we went through all these different countries about how they would be on time or not on time, or
The cultural differences.
the cultural differences. That was pretty hysterical. Mirabai and I were laughing pretty hard with that one.
Well, it's good they kept a good attitude at the airport.
Yeah, I think Robert almost lost it a few times.
Oh.
Because he's all Italian. Well, almost all Italian. He's half Italian.
That's ironic.
Mirabai's all Italian.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, we had just come from seeing her relatives in Italy. That was very fun too.
Yeah. Did you go to Italy to visit her family often, or just was that a once in a blue moon thing?
No, I've gone twice with them to visit her family, and now her family's coming here. Some of her family is coming here, but she just, there's some of them are really lovely. We went to Bologna to see one group of her family, and then we went to Pescara, which is lower on the boot, to see the other part of her family, and just had wonderful experiences. Went up into the mountains with them and went to a birthday party, and I think they said that the food would be served at 8 and it was served at 10:30. But the birthday party was for her niece's daughter, and she was involved with a chef, and the food just kept coming. There must have been, I don't know, over 10 courses, way over 10 courses. So I think, we didn't stop eating till like 12:30 or 1. And that was basically the experience with all of Mirabai's family. We would go there. One owned a farm, and we told them we were going to have a big dinner, so we needed a light lunch. A light lunch in Italy is still 7 courses. So we laughed about that one, and they were just lovely, lovely people, really lovely.
What do you admire most about her?
About Mirabai?
Yeah.
Many things. She's unbelievably resilient and strong. She's a strong person, just so resilient, and has a huge heart for people, and is always trying to help people. So
it's awesome to hear.
It is awesome, and she loves her family. She loves Robert. She loves the boys. They're central to her life. Yes, it is. She's an inspiring person.
Yeah. Are you happy today?
I'm happy. I'm happy. It's all good.
Okay. Well, I had to write this down because I don't know if I could remember it all. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there was this breezy, cold, sunny day in San Diego.
Yes.
This was March 2016, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this was the kind of day that fooled you into believing that it was going to be pleasant and balmy. Do you remember?
Yep.
And I was attending this conference with a few hundred others. And we were that day bravely attempting to lunch and mingle amid the icy waterfront winds. Remember?
Yes, it was cold.
And I had considered my exit multiple times, and I was about to leave and flee for the safety of indoors when my eye caught this flash of a woman, you, wearing this beautiful Hawaiian print top. The style signature was familiar to me, and I was curious to know how you knew the designer. Most of her collections are loved by locals, and they're not sold through the regular commercial channels, so I was really curious to ask you about it, right? So at this point, the wind sent another merciless gust through my too thin top. And I was thinking, isn't San Diego supposed to be warm? And I was regretting, my wardrobe choices for that trip. So I planned on just a brief hello. Love your top. How do you know Wahine Toa? And well, about 30 minutes later of nonstop easygoing conversation with this lovely, beautiful woman that you are, that felt like my sister from another lifetime, and the rest, as they say, is history. Sometimes an angel comes into your life. I know that sounds so cliche when I say it, but hear me out. I never really believed in the whole idea of angels, and my husband Kevin and I would have endless conversations about these ideas, right? Neither one of us had any proof of their existence, of course, and it seemed that this life was really kind of what you make it, and a lot of times you walk alone. There's no such thing as angels, except in Hallmark movies. But I always hoped that maybe I would see evidence of them, or even help me navigate this sometimes perilous life with a knowledge greater than my own. It's okay to hope for a Hallmark angel sometimes. Sometimes it's when you're submerged deep in anguish. Whew. And sometimes it's when everything seems okay. Mirabai, you came into my life when I had unknowingly fallen into an impending paradoxical well that would forever change me. I had a short year and a half of fun with my newfound friend before I found myself in a pain-filled battle for life, followed by profound loss, despair, and darkness. Your cloak of friendship has shouldered with me through chapters of struggle and fear, hurricanes of grief, through torrential rains of sadness and loss. You have stood with me in ways where others could not. You have stood with me when others left. You stand with me still. You stood with me when I even considered leaving myself. You did not leave. You did not look away. You stand with me still. And I believe that the only reason I went to San Diego that day was to meet you, my stalwart friend. Your accomplishments are many, and your talents are the same, and we are all blessed to know you. But the sound waves of influence have rippled through my life thanks to you, Mirabai. And I hope that they ripple out far into the ocean of humanity in my own way because of the love that you have given. We give not because of who someone is or what they can do for you, but because of who you are. And that is aloha.
Aloha.
Sometimes angels come into your life. Sometimes they come when you don't even believe that they are real. Sometimes they come in the form of a friend that holds you in ways that no one else can. Sometimes their light warms you so much because you are seen and heard. Sometimes these angels are on this earth. They are the friends that show up for the rain and the rainbow. Thank you, Mirabai, for taking my hand to walk in the sun, down to the underworld, and back. Happy birthday. I love you.
I love you too. My dear sweet friend. Dear, dear sweet friend. It's a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day.
When I met you and all the times that we've shared together.
Yes.
In grief.
Yes.
And in joy. We had joyful times. And we have lots of great conversations. We're both tired. It's the end of the day. Well, we're going to keep this brief today, right? We'll talk maybe 15 minutes. 3 hours later, we're saying goodbye. And that's true.
Right. Happens all the time, doesn't it?
Yes.
Right.
We've got lots to say.
Yes, we do.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mirabai.
Mirabai, we go back over 3 decades, back to the late 80s when Neshama and you were in school. And I feel very fortunate I got to become very good friends with you over the years. One of my most beloved memories is going to Hawaii with you and staying in Robert's condo and in Kona. And on one particular year, it was 2011, it was March, and there was a tragedy involved. The Fukushima power plant in Japan exploded, and unfortunately, there was a tidal wave that came through, and it hit Kona while we were there. And we were up on the top of the hill, as you probably remember, in that rose garden with all the tiki torches, and it was like a really special time, and we were safe. We were well cared for, and it's one of my most burned in memories of the Hawaii experience with you. But of course, we have a lot of other really great ones too. And then also going to Italy with you, being in Tuscany about 5 years ago, and staying in the villa. Just that trip just exceeded all of my expectations. We were just having so much fun, eating so much good food, and tripping around Tuscany together. So, and on that trip, one of the most memorable things we did was we went to that hot springs and soaked in the tubs, and then went to Monte Pulciano and got a private wine tasting. So that's a beautiful memory. It's burned into my brain and heart, and I'll always think about you when I remember that experience. So thank you so much.
What do you admire the most about Meredith?
Are we still on? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I think is your kindness and your generosity. You were so incredibly generous. Even when we stayed in Robert's condo, you always gave Nishama and I the master bedroom. I mean, that's just one example. You just kind of rolled out the royal carpet for us. You were very generous when we were having some terrible issues with our granddaughter and our daughter, Nishama's daughter's um, situation down in California. And you were there uh, offering advice when we asked. You were not telling us what we should do, but you were just being a really good friend. And that was like 30 years ago, and I still remember that. So it's really, you're just such a generous person, and I love you for it. So, well, we met. Nishama went to school, and she co-wrote her master's thesis with Mirabai, and I got involved with Mirabai sort of through this process of their dissertation. I actually typed the dissertation for them, and so I got to kind of get into their creative process together and their thinking process, and then after that, you just became a great friend. Yeah. Okay.
Anything else you want to add?
I think I covered it.
You can say like a happy birthday wish if you want.
Oh, well, hey, 80 trips around the sun, and we're so glad that you're with us. And every time we see you, we treasure it. We know time is not forever, and that Nishama's 85, and we just have to really enjoy one day at a time. So you are a treasure.
I met Mirabai almost 35 years ago when we both attended Leos to graduate school. And I remember her so clearly because I do remember she had talked about how she had worked with Virginia Satir, and she just seemed like already so full of wisdom and just had such a big heart and was so magnanimous and bright. So, and then she and another woman and I wrote our thesis together. And we were concerned with how, for many women, it was difficult for them to have really good friendships with other women. And so we did our whole research project on getting women together and working with that and talking about it. And in the process, the three of us became a lot closer. And so we've been treasured friends ever since. My husband, Cedron, and I have, well, aside from staying in touch with Mirabai all through this time, we were just privileged and thrilled to go to Hawaii and stay with her 4 times and go for her 75th birthday to Tuscany and stay in the villa with all her other many friends. And just, I think the biggest thing about Mirabai is that, and our friendship is that we've just always been there for each other. And we just share great love and respect for each other and have shared many happy times. Mirabai has a lot of curiosity, and here she is at 80, and she's still learning and moving and shaking in the whole, therapeutic trauma work that she does and is interested in, which has been so helpful for us with our granddaughter, and just her joy of life. There's so many special memories. I mean, just going to Hawaii and sitting in those cabanas under the, by the pool and just relaxing and then talking into the night and riding in the golf cart around the Four Seasons, which was certainly out of our range, but was just precious to spend that time together. I wish you, Mirabai, many more wonderful travel adventures, because I know how much you love to travel, and enjoying the love you have just found with Ken, and many more times together with us.
The memory that I wanted to share, I think it's because we just, the person that this story is about just took a trip to Europe with Mirabai, and I went with them, and we had a great time. And the story was about Mary Ellen Lake. And Mary Ellen's last name was different. And she was looking for, trying to decide what her new last name would be. And so at some point, I was somewhere and I put her name on a mailing list. And I put her name as Lake because she was thinking of a body of water. So I put Mary Ellen Lake. And a couple of weeks later, she came home and she said, I did it. I've decided that I'm going to change my name. I've changed my name from Mary Ellen, and her ex had a German sounding name, to Mary Ellen Lake. And as we were speaking, the mailman arrived. Lo and behold, there was mail from Mary Ellen Lake. The moment that she came home and told us that that was her new name. So we thought that was pretty funny and pretty significant that would be, that piece of mail would come right when she had decided that that was going to be her name, and that's what she goes by now. Anyway, we thought that was funny. I have another story. Of one time, Mirabai and I were. She can help me with this. Let's see. Now I can't. It's getting. We were interacting right in the entry of our house that we were renting together, and at some point, she looked up at me. I was struggling with something, and she looked up and threw her arm up in the air and said, "Success!" And it was really inspiring to me, and I still can see her say that, even though I'm getting to the age where I can't remember what it was about. She can fill that story in, but I still remember her. I still can see her saying "Success!" So those are two of 2,000 fond memories.
Have you traveled at all?
I was the chauffeur and Sherpa on her trip to Italy last May, June. So I went over ahead of time. I took a flight over to Rome and went in and found my room. And the next day went back to the airport and picked up some friends and rented a car, and then we drove back to Rome. And then the next morning, picked up Mirabai at the airport, and we were very late. That's a sad story, but I won't tell you that one. We were very late, but then we drove to Abruzzo and visited with her family in central Italy. We crossed the Italian boot and visited with her family. And then we went to Bologna and we went to Milano. We drove up the coast. We had a wonderful time in Italy. We went over to Turin and saw an underground spiritual center whose name escapes me right now. And then we spent 10 days in the south of France. And one of the things that we did together was drive half a day there and half a day back to Valensole. We drove all the way from Saint-Rémy. Gosh, the names. We drove basically from near Avignon all the way to Valensole so that we could walk in a field of, boy, I'm really missing the names here, a field of lavender. So she could walk in a lavender field in Italy. That was fun. We had a very good time. We met in Bellingham in 1980, 1981. We were housemates for a year. We saw some people come and go, and so it's been 40 years. Yeah, we met as housemates. Funny, I remember fondly her friend Lenny, a boyfriend of hers, who was always amusing. Funny. Most of my memories with Mirabai are significant and moving. I wouldn't say funny. We didn't go drinking. You know, we were not partiers. We were doing things for our consciousness. Well, I don't know. I think she was a decade ahead of me in experience, and she was a wonderful counselor. And when I went through a really hard time in my early 50s, she was able to point me to a therapist that really helped me through a really rough patch. So I'm always grateful to her. We were engaged in rebirthing, and those were high times. You know, we were young, right? I was 30. She would have been in her late 30s, so it was a wonderful time of life.
I met Mirabai when my marriage was falling apart. About 20, how many years ago was that? A very long time ago. And my first husband and I went and saw her, and she's my counselor for a long time. And then when I got married a second time to this lovely man right here, he happened to be a counselor too, who was very good friends with Mirabai. So I have mostly a relationship as a client, not as a friend to Mirabai. But Mirabai did come to our wedding, and I hear lovely things about her all the time from Eric. So anyway, now Eric is going to talk, but he is an introvert, and he doesn't really like.
Mirabai, I love you so much, and you've been such a supportive person over the years. It makes me want to cry. And yeah, I don't know much more I need to say than that, but I'm so glad you made it through your health struggles, and I'm so glad you're here and that we're friends. And yeah, you've been there for me when I've really needed support, especially professionally. So thank you so much. Happy 80th birthday, and look forward to your 90th birthday. So, okay, Mirabai.
Mirabai, I hear so many lovely things about you from Eric. I know you're really important to him. And from as soon as I met him, I heard about what an important person you are to him and in his life. So I'm glad you're here and always there somewhere for him. And look, Mirabai, my first marriage failed, but look, I got married again, and he's a keeper. I really love him. Okay.
All right, we did it. That's a wrap. All right.
That was great.
That was a big, that was like, oh.
Did it feel like a therapy session?
Or a movie set or something, or, you know.
For fond memories, I have quite a few. Mirabai will remember better than I do, but I remember when I have vague memories of playing with some sort of constructible airplane thing of dubious structural integrity. I think it was made mostly of screens. Playing pretend when I was, I don't know, 5. I remember even vaguer memories of her reading to me when I was 3 because my brother was being born and she was left to babysit me. And I kind of remember that. I remember there was a book, and the book had I remember that there was a book and there was a character, but that's about it for that. We tried, mostly successfully, to make strawberry shortcake together, me and my brother Dylan and her in Bellingham. And we were very close to successful. It looked very pretty coming out of the oven. It looked very pretty going into the oven. It was on the floor in the process of coming out of the oven. And then we scraped it up and tried to recover what we could. And it tasted pretty good. And I think that was on Nona's home screen for quite a few years. I'm not sure what's on it now. But I have some memory of that. That was funny. We've gone to Italy and saw the various relatives and the various insanity that was. And I remember that. I remember walking to church with her and I want to say Sean Paolo, speaking in broken Italian and him in little bits of French with David translating because no one spoke the same language well enough to have a real conversation. For sadder things, I remember hanging out with her when we turned around the plane and went back to Hawaii, which was an interesting experience that I hope not to repeat. Nona wasn't feeling great, and then she said, it's fine, okay, and then our vacation was over, we flew back from Hawaii, and she still wasn't feeling great, and then she went, you know what, it's really not good, and we had a blood pressure monitor with us, and went insane. Went, oh yeah, you're probably having a heart attack. We need to turn the plane around and get the pilot to turn the plane around. And we did that, which was memorable in the tail end of COVID. So that everyone rushed to the hospital. They would only let one person in, and we sat outside waiting for her, and she came. And yeah, we took turns going in and out of the hospital because of COVID protocols. And then she came out and was fine for like the fourth heart attack like thing in 2 years. I'm very glad that's not repeating. That's now over. Let's see. Similar to that, I remember when, for I think like the first major TIA, she was so excited to tell people about that. The doctor said, "Okay, we took a look at your brain. I'm very sorry. It looks like you've had a major stroke. You're not able to talk." And she went, "Yes, I can." And despite the annoying litany of medical incidents, which we aim not to repeat, I think she, at 80, she's probably healthier than she was at 76 and doing really great, which is awesome.
She's in love.
That helps. Do you want to talk a little bit?
Yeah.
You have to hold it, remember?
I have to hold it, yep. So I first met Mirabai in, I think, Thanksgiving 2019. And that was very, very briefly after Ian and I had started dating.
It's probably like a week after we started dating.
Yeah. Because you had invited me as a friend, and then, But anyways, I came to the house and I was really freaked out because your family is a lot louder than my family. And Mirabai was really sweet, and I think she I think you can tell that she's a therapist and that she really tried making me feel at ease, and that was very sweet. And I think the next time I saw her was for Christmas, and I think around this time she told me that even if you and I ever broke up, she and her would still be friends, and that was really sweet. Yeah.
That was also probably when she started saying that we should get married. About 2 months into our relationship, maybe.
Which is insane, but
it was a good guess as it turns out.
It was a good guess. She wasn't wrong, but nobody knew back then. And then, for sadder memories, I agree, like turning the plane around, that was insane. But anyways, I was very surprised that during the whole ordeal, she seemed to be the calmest of us all. And when I visited her in the hospital, she was like sitting in her bed, lots of, just like medical equipment, but she was like smiling and saying that she was doing great.
Complaining about the hospital.
She was complaining about the hospital and about the food and that it was loud, but she said she was doing great. And yeah, it's just really impressive. She's really like a trooper.
Yeah.
Not many people live through so much crap and I feel like come out stronger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm.
I think for happy birthday wishes, I hope that she has an excellent year. I know she's planning to go to Italy again because what would a year be without a trip to Italy, of course? I know she's planning to go to South America with Ken, which is going to be very interesting. So I hope all the travel goes well and safe and she feels good for that. She has to come visit me wherever the hell I'm living when I finally end up living there. So that might be another trip. That might be part of the Europe trip. But yeah, I hope the year stays healthy. I hope she stays happy and doing all the stuff she loves. I guess, hoping for another 10 or 20 more of these, possibly in less circumstance and panache than this birthday, but
And more because the
Well,
older she gets, the more of a
Yeah,
reason to celebrate it is.
that's true. So we'll see how the birthdays go. Yeah, I love her. I hope we keep doing this. This is good. Do you want to say happy birthday?
Yeah. Happy birthday, Mirabai. I hope you enjoy your party. I personally think it's great. And I wish for you and Ken only the best. And oh my God, I wish for you to not have mosquitoes in your face, I suppose. And yeah, I just would like to thank you for being in my life and for, doing great things for me and us. And yeah, thank you.
I have one last little thing. I wish that you continue attempting to retire for the next 5-10 years. It's been fun to watch Nona attempt to retire for the last 15 years. She's pretty bad at it. I suspect that it's going to continue going slowly, little bit less clients, slowly. But I think she'd be bored without people to help. And I think she's very good at it. So
She is.
I wish her the best.
Sorry, I can testify for that. She's really good at helping people
So
in distressed situations.
I wish her the best of luck in her next 10 years of attempted retirement. It's always funny to talk about. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday, Mirabai.
Right.
My grandsons.
Go to the bathroom on my knees because I didn't have any legs from here down. It was just really, I mean, laughing all the way.
Oh my God.
Doing
wow.
mushrooms was great, but I didn't do as many as everybody
It's
else.
completely different.
Yeah.
Oh, you were,
We used to go out and pick them.
but you were, they said don't take it according to weight. Probably at that time I weighed about 100 pounds.
Yes, that's right.
Just lie out there on the ground.
Wanted to do more.
I mean,
Very low key. We're doing fine. We're doing fine.
We're doing fine, right. We're doing fine. I didn't remember you being there, but I remember
I was there with Linda Reiser. She was hysterical.
she was hysterical. She was hysterical.
Who's
This is the microphone that they're pushing. She would look into a box of tea. Remember, she was like, she says, "This has lint in it," and I said, "I don't know why it was so funny, but that was funny."
Listen, everything cracked you up when you're on the trip.
Yes,
cracked
it was.
you up.
It cracked me up.
It's the only time
And then,
that we ever did
then we
anything
got
like
my
that.
biologist boyfriend to go get the mushrooms for us. Remember that Michael got
Her
us
ex-boyfriend
mushrooms?
Oh,
that I've been going to since I was a freshman.
Yeah.
we watched
I only
Bette
remember
Midler.
some parts.
We watched Bette Midler with Bill Smith up at his
Now it's real life.
We were down and out. I mean, we were laughing so hard. Like, we were rolling around on the floor. You
All
know,
the West Coast.
Bill Smith and
I wasn't there.
Penny Madden and that group. Yeah, all the Aris people. You
All
know.
the Irish people.
And then I went picking chanterelles with Dave Moody, and I was high on mushrooms, and I'm coming down the hill, and all these mushrooms rolled out of my bag, or I thought they were coming from heaven. I said, "Look at this, God!" And they said there's a hole in the bottom of your bag, idiot.
But that's fine.
Which made us lie on the ground.
But
you're a real bar,
you're
sir.
a bar.
If you're no, but if you're a dive bar, no one will say. How you have to ID people.
Yeah, we just had the experience, and I mean, you know, we go through life. I never got my own pride once.
And I think it's probably
That's what
more
projected
sense.
above it.
Makes you paranoid.
Before it gets dark. It's been wonderful.
So, but
I only did LSU.
Did you have enough
I never did.
That's probably a lot of it.
Yeah,
Great.
of course.
I'm a neighborhood, just don't ever get mine.
Right, but you could have.
Never did see that.
Yeah, exactly. It's there. It's there.
Happy birthday.
Because they don't need it.
I'll talk to you.
Just give it back.
Is it fabulous?
Yeah.
I'm less nervous every time. Yeah. That's all I can hope for.
Okay, I've known Mirabai, I think, since my 30s, and she just was a loving listener for me in a time when I needed to be listened to, and we became friends. And I helped train her for a marathon, and we did a walk, the leukemia walk in Honolulu. What is it? The Honolulu Marathon, raising money for leukemia, and we had a blast doing that. And I've just known her, and that's what I gotta say.
Now it's my turn.
Yeah, and you get to tell the big story. So there's more to this story than my little ramble.
So I was part of the team from Bellingham that did the Honolulu Marathon, and it turned out that Mirabai and I walked at about the same rate. So we were in Honolulu, and we walked the whole marathon together, which was 9 hours. So I got to tell her my life story, hear about her life, and get to know her. And she then went to PJ and said,
"You need to meet this woman. You're going to love each other." And she was right. And that was 24 years ago. And Mirabai ended up doing a commitment ceremony for us in our backyard, and knew us both well enough that it was such a special day. So special. Families were there, friends.
She was our
This was pre-gay marriage, so it was a commitment ceremony.
And she was our officiant 23 years ago in Bellingham, and has stayed a friend.
Yep. And I love her so much. And I can't believe she's 80. That's the other part I need to say. Yeah, well.
But most of all, I just want to say happy birthday to Mirabai. Shall we sing to her?
Yep. Ready? Dear Mirabai, we wish a glad birthday to you, with love and adventure and all that you do. Gay laughter, light heart, and the sun on the trail, and on the wide sea road a full blowing sail and wail. Happy birthday, Mirabai!
You guys planned that out, huh?
Well, that's our. Whoa! Oh, sorry, puppy. At least I cushioned the blow.
Yeah. And Mirabai was let little wags come because she can't be left home yet, and it's really sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Nona, I think one of the things that you taught me my whole life and continue to teach me is patience, but also deeply understanding problems, I think, in myself and in the world. And I know that when I call you with anything, there just is a calming and understanding presence on the other side of the phone, which I really appreciate. Especially because it's now July of 2024. So when I broke up with my girlfriend 2 months ago, I knew that when I talked to you, there was not going to be anything but just reassurance and love on the other side of the phone. And that meant a lot to me and continues to mean a lot to me. And that's very, very fun. And I know that when we travel or when we're together, there's always that sense, which I really appreciate. And happy 80th birthday. And I'm so happy we're here at Luna Farms. And I'm so glad you're enjoying your party and you're with Ken right now, which is a new thing for you and very exciting. And I am just really looking forward to more travels and all the things that we're going to do and all the things that you're going to explore and the new things you're going to try as you've been talking about your next 10 years, which I think is wonderful.
Hello, this is Lisa Wabi, and I am Mirabai's daughter-in-law. And I have known Mirabai about 30 years now, which has been an amazing journey, I will say. Getting such a lovely belle mare is, it was unexpected in the ways that it unfolded, but it has been really meaningful and has stretched me, and I'm so appreciative of all the love that Mirabai has given me and my boys and my husband. So we have a ton of history together, half of my life actually, and I feel like our families were destined to meet on so many levels, from where we were raised, all of us, Los Angelinas, Robert and I, and of course Mirabai and my parents, as well as the things we were interested in, so many things in common. It's kind of amazing to me that it just feels like we were destined to be family. One of many memories that I have is, coming back from a trip when my father was ill, and Mirabai was amazing throughout that 2-year period. The boys were little. Mirabai was very helpful in taking care of the family and really helping with the boys, as well as really helping my parents. And one memory I have of my mom and dad and Mirabai sitting on the couch in my family home, and Mirabai and my dad, for some reason, were sitting there chatting it up. I don't know what was going on. My dad was pretty sick at the time. He had lost his hair. He was chatting away. They were having some meaningful thing, and all of a sudden there was this eruption of laughter, and it was, you could feel it in the air. There was something that broke, and there was some release that happened, and it was just a beautiful moment. We all sort of took in this joy in this time of pain, which I think Mirabai is really, really talented at capturing that moment and finding meaning in some hard times, and really bringing it to the fore and making everyone feel some light and love. So, very grateful for that. I have a million memories over 30 years, but that's one that I can just picture the two of them laughing head to head, just giggling away on the couch. So I think Mirabai is really talented at bringing people into her circle. She really loves people, and she genuinely wants to help people. She has a huge heart, and she thinks the best of people. Even sometimes I don't see things, and she doesn't give up. And she thinks that, I think, people are redeemable to the bitter end, and that's a lovely thing. It's nice to be around. It's very optimistic. I think she has been an incredible survivor. I have often said that she is like my grandmother, in that, she didn't have an easy childhood, but she always searched for the light, always found warm people and loving people to be around, always cared about not repeating mistakes that were made in the past, and improving on things, and just truly caring about quality of life and bringing joy in people. And she loves her son and her grandchildren. I can't even tell you, to the moon and back. And I'm grateful for that. That's been good to be around. So happy birthday, Mirabai. May you have good health and all the things that you want. I'm so happy to see you so joyful now, and I hope that you have that for the rest of your days.
She made a lot of incredible, brave choices that set my family up for success. Me up for success first, and then my family up for success. I think it's still correct to say that no one in your extended family has even graduated from college yet. And so you can kind of think back, and now as a semi-grown up, think back when she was a single mother, poor, by any stretch of the imagination, poor, and not with really the support, semi-support, but mostly not the support of her family. Living in LA, she decides that she's going to get a college degree. That's an insanely tenacious, brave, bold thing to go do. And so she decides to uproot myself and her and go to Western in Bellingham. And I actually remember the trip bizarrely well because I actually inherited the car, but it was a really, really ugly 1970s green Maverick. Brutal, no air conditioning. And we drove up with the cat, Butterfly, my cat. And we drove up, and to this day, so we're driving, it's like 24 hours from LA if you've driven, especially in a 1970s Maverick that barely does it. And for those that know Bellingham well, there's a sign that says 16 miles left to Bellingham. And I remember seeing that sign as a 5th grader and thinking, oh my God, finally, we're going to be close to this place. And now I haven't said this to other people, but every time I pass that sign, I'm like, okay, it's some emotional trigger that, okay, I'm almost here. Even if I'm going to Vancouver, whatever, that sign is now magical to me. I should probably just steal that sign and put it in my room or something. I don't know. But what a brave decision to go do that. And it just shows her tenacity. And it's that set me up for success with that kind of tenacity. And it's helped create a success for our family. Our kids have all gone to school. I'm sure their kids will go to college. They'll do things that are exciting and fun for them. And really that started with your unbelievable tenacity and braveness and boldness. And so I want to start the toast by saying I love you, and what a wonderful, wonderful legacy you've given to our family with that kind of spirit. So happy birthday. Mirabai.
Love you.
Okay, and I will now pass the mic. Anybody brave enough to get up and say a few words?
Mirabai, what a treasure. 35 years we started graduate school together, along with Ken.
35 years.
In September, almost 35 years. And it's just been an amazing friendship and connection and journey and support for each other. And thank you so much. You have such a generous heart. I think you would give the world away if you could. And so, Cedron and I would like to sing a song for you, because one of the things that we wish for you as you go forward in your life is more travels. And we know how much you love to travel. You want to say something about the song?
Well, I'd just like to say something about Mirabai also for myself. Yes, such a treat and such a journey, a long journey. I mean, we're not friends, overnight. It's happened over all these decades. And I just appreciate so much kindness and support that we got from you for our partially dysfunctional family, and all your love, and you're always there for us, and it means so much to us. And you're just a great friend and somebody that we just love hanging out with. So, thank you.
So Mirabai and another woman and I did our thesis together, and Cedron typed it for us on a word processor.
Yeah, it was like Microsoft Word 1.0 or something. Anyway, okay. We'd like to sing a song about traveling. It's an old world gypsy song. It's called The Traveler, and it's written by the great John Renbourn, an English style guitarist and historical musical person. So,
Praise to the moon, bright queen of the skies, jewel of the black night, the light of our eyes. Brighter than starlight, whiter than snow, look down on us in the darkness below. If well you should find us, then well let us stay. Be it 7 times better when we make our way. Be it 7 times better when we greet the dawn. So light up our way and keep us from all harm. Give strength to the weary, give alms to the poor. To the tainted and needy, 5 senses restore. Give song to our voices, give sight to our eyes, to see the sun bow as the new moon shall rise. Cast your eyes downward to our dwelling place, 3 times for favor and 3 times for grace. Over the dark cloud, your face for to see, to banish misfortune and keep Trinity. In the name of Our Lady, bright laden of grace, in the name of the King of the city of peace, in the name of all travelers, where'er we may be, all praise to the moon for eternity. We love you.
Who's next?
Hi, Nona. So I want to drift a little bit. It's really weird talking and hearing your voice in the background. So I want to riff a little bit about what my dad said, but on a slightly different theme. So recently you had some medical, a couple years ago you had some medical scares that were certainly memorable for me. I think a couple times we drove out in the middle of the night to Bellingham. So I just wanted to comment on the fact that every time that happened, you were the calmest person. We were all freaking out and you weren't going, I'm fine, no problem, I'll recover. You were always the person who was both completely okay with what was going on and completely confident that you would come out the other side. And that was impressive as hell. The other thing that I would just call out is you were right in that we've a couple of heart attacks, a couple of things that look like strokes. I think you're doing better than you have in the past quite a few years. I think you're healthier than you have been in the past quite a few years. You're traveling, you're happy. That's amazing. I love you, Nona.
One of the things that, yeah, it is the monitors a lot.
Public speaking.
When Ian and I were kids, I think this was more Ian than me, but he disagrees, which is that he had a deep sense of fairness. And he wanted things to be very even and very fair. What am I pointing? What are you pointing at?
Nona had a deep sense of fairness.
Nona did too, but you vocalized it. So me and Ian, growing up in Seattle, would drive up to Bellingham. One of our parents would take us, or Nona would come drive and pick us up, and we stay for the weekend and then come back down. This was happened often. And when we were there, we would get Thai food, and we still always get Thai food at a very great, mediocre Thai place. Like, it's mediocre in the best way. And then after the Thai food, Ian, we'd get a pint of Ben & Jerry's, and Nona would serve it to us as kids. And then I think it was you, but I don't know, which is that Ian would say, they're not even. One of us has more ice cream than the other. And Nona, in a very loving way, wouldn't say that, oh, you know, whatever, it's ice cream. She'd go, no, let's figure it out. We can solve this problem. And she'd bring out a scale. And every time for years, she would weigh the ice cream. But eyeballing it to the gram, I'm not kidding, it would be even every single time. You really would. And if there was ever slightly off, she would, of course, adjust. But I think it speaks to your sense that you can both validate one's feelings very easily, but also you can just solve the problem. And you don't have to make it a big thing. You can just say, oh yeah, if it's not fair, we can figure this out. There's a clear solution here and we can figure it out. And I've always thought that was very lovely and a good lesson, that you can just figure it out. And you can do things that may seem ridiculous,
Right.
like weighing ice cream. But you can figure it out. So I thought that's just a fun story from growing up. Something I remember is Thai food and weighing ice cream. Yeah. Anyway, I love you, Nona. Happy birthday.
Okay. All right. Okay. How long have I known you? It's like
A long time,
78,
1980.
79?
80, 79, somewhere
Yeah,
there.
like, you know,
Yeah.
Robert was in high school. Yeah, right. Okay. She asked me to do a little meditation, which went by the wayside there pretty fast before the dinner. So I thought I would do a little bit of that now.
Okay.
Everybody close their eyes. No. Mirabai, you know, the original Mirabai was a 16th century Hindu mystic. And Mirabai used to be Elizabeth. But that was one of her many reinventing herself. You know, along the same lines that Robert is saying, you reinvented yourself more than once. Actually, many times you reinvented yourself, and you've done it again. You've reinvented yourself again, which I think is just marvelous in the twilight of our lives that you are doing that with Ken.
Yeah.
I just think that it takes great courage. So I thought about the name Mirabai, and I thought about thinking of superlatives for you or adjectives for you, like starting with the first M. Like, think about an M word that describes her, an adjective. If you come up with one, say it out.
Magnificent.
Magnificent.
Mercy.
Mercy.
Motherly. Moxie.
Magnanimous.
Great. Let's go to I. I.
Independent.
Inspirational.
Intuitive.
Insightful.
R.
Radiant.
Rambunctious.
Radical.
Resilient.
Resourceful.
Look at all these great words for you, Miss Mirabai. A.
Awesome.
Audacious.
Adventurous.
Mm-hmm. Altruistic. Mm-hmm. B.
Brilliant.
Beautiful.
Bold.
Mm-hmm. Another A.
Repeats are harder.
Another awesome. Another big awesome.
Altruistic.
Yeah.
Altruistic.
Altruistic. then the I.
Artistic and altruistic.
Italian. Great, perfect. Yeah, okay. So I want to just tell, you know, with all positives, there needs to be a little bit of a negative. You know, these are all incredibly lovely things. And I have an eye irritation. And here it is. No matter what book I get, no matter what concept I've discovered, no matter what movie I've watched, or poem I've read, or saying I've thought of, Mirabai says, oh, I got that one. Oh, I've read that one. I saw that one. And I tell you, I mean, I'm just, I can never do anything original above you. Because I don't know where you get the time to be doing all of that and having all of that, but you are such an intelligent woman. And the other thing I want to say is you are such a great compensator. You find a way to compensate for the pain you've had. I mean, if I have a stomach ache, I don't go to work. I don't. If I have a headache, I don't go to work. And you would always go to work and be with these clients. I'd say, how do you do it? And you'd say, I can compartmentalize.
Yeah.
You know, it has always just awestruck me. And then the third thing I want to say, see, I always think of more. I think I'm going to do one and then I do more. You are such a great friend. You are a loyal friend. You are, I don't always take advantage of that, but you are there always, Mirabai. And you are for all your friends. You are there and generous-hearted. Just a beautiful-hearted person. And for where you came from, and the bitterness and the narrowness and the pain of where you came from, you have transmuted that into such love, such beauty, that you have created all around you and through the people who so adore you. And I do love you very much. You're such a dear friend, so thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Class and said, could you demonstrate this for everybody? Because you do it much better than me. But one of the things that has always been, I've been curious with Mirabai, is she took off to India. And was that before Robert came into the picture?
No, Robert was here.
Did Robert go with you?
No.
Okay, so there we have some more tenacity in how she sort of reinvented herself. And I would love to hear a little bit more about India, which I have never heard, except I know that's where you got your, in 47 and a half years, I know that's where you got your name. So I'm going to hand the mic to you.
No.
Yes. India.
Come on, Mirabai.
What year was
Not
this?
that many Italian Mirabais. There's a story there.
Yes.
That was in
What year?
1976.
Okay.
And I went to India with a friend, and it was quite Kripa, otherwise known as Susan, and Robert stayed with my friend Michelle, and I went to, I don't know how to put it into words at this moment, but it was just a calling. I just felt that there was something there that I needed and that I wanted. And so I went to India. And it was a lovely gift that your father gave me because he arranged the travel. I could travel for free on Pan American Airlines, which was very exciting, when I was traveling standby and there wasn't always a seat. So that was kind of fun too. So I went to India, and it was transformative from the moment that I landed there. I was with Kripa, and we had some very lovely experiences along the way. I went to Delhi, it was the first place that we landed, and then I went to see Anandamoyi Ma in Delhi, and that's when she called me Mirabai. And I didn't know what Mirabai meant. I didn't know if she was saying hello or goodbye, get out of here, I have no idea. But her tone of voice was not it was just so matter of fact. I didn't know what Mirabai was, but then I found out that she was a princess who gave up her royalty to sing songs and dance and write poetry for Krishna. So I had a song come to me when I was preparing to go to India. And I don't usually write songs, but this song came to me. It was requested to bring a non-material gift to see Anandamoyi Ma. She was a very well-known saint, teacher in India. And I went there and I got the name, she called me Mirabai, and I found out what that meant. Gandhi, the woman Gandhi, I don't remember her first name, usurped my connection with Anandamoyi Ma because she came in her limo and just took over the whole day. So I didn't get to spend too much time there. And then I went to other little towns in India and had amazing experiences, just transformative experiences, one after another. And so it changed me. It just changed my perspective. It changed my sense of myself in the world, traveling in India. And then Kripa came home and I was there by myself. And so that really gave me a lot of confidence that I could travel, I could do what I needed to do. And it was also a very spiritual experience. So that's enough for now. India was transformative. Who else?
I'm the famous Ken. I didn't know I was the famous Ken. Probably I have known Mirabai for less amount of time than any of you have. And mostly what I would like to do is to thank you for welcoming me into your family of friends. You have a wonderful group here. You are blessed.
Yeah.
Ways we jump.
That is true. Only Melinda was there.
You're not supposed to say that.
Hell, we're all old. We can say that.
I'll make one other observation that I've thought about. Robert, I don't know how many pictures there were in there in the slideshow.
Yeah, 102.
102. I think I counted 15 in which Mirabai did not have a blue shirt. My first experience when I met her on the plaza at Western, and we went for a walk, was she had a blue blouse on. And then we went out to dinner and she had a blue blouse on. And then we went for another walk and she had a blue blouse on. And then, I don't know, went to something else and she had a blue dress on. And then she introduced me to her car, which of course is blue. And I think, well, this lady really has the blues. But of all the people you think who would never have the blues, it's Mirabai.
Anyone else before dessert?
Okay, we got something to say.
Okay, with the dog.
PJ and Leslie. We have to bring the dog because she won't be with anyone else yet.
Well, Mirabai, we wanted to express our gratitude to you because I met Mirabai training for the Honolulu Marathon in 1999, and we were on the same team raising funds for the Leukemia Society, as was PJ, and
I trained Mirabai to walk this marathon,
and
she made me do crossword puzzles, which is not my strong suit. But she also helped me, like when you went to India, she was a role model for me and helped me learn about myself and learn about love. And we met.
And I walked with Mirabai the entire 26.2 miles over 9 hours, I think, something like that. Plenty of time. So, of course, she heard my life story because she asked the questions, and I didn't hear her whole life story, but we had wonderful interaction. And I guess apparently she said to PJ, you need to get to know Leslie better. You two have a lot in common. And then it was a year later that Mirabai kindly assented to be the officiant at our commitment ceremony. So you
with
were
our families.
instrumental and have such an important place in our hearts. And
we have a special song for you that we sing in our family on birthdays. And we are now going to sing it for all of
and
our
Mirabai, this one's going out to you. Dear Mirabai, we wish a glad birthday to you, with love and adventure in all that you do. We can do this. Gay laughter, lighthearted, and the sun on the trail, and on the wide sea road a full blowing sail and whale. Happy birthday! I'm gonna drop the mic.
Okay. Papers? You gonna close it?
Nope.
No, you're not closing it. Are you gonna close it, Lisa?
Close it.
All right.
They're closing it.
All right, I'm closing it. All right, this is a dare because I just berated him and said, you're an opener and I'm the closer, apparently. Gonna be true tonight, at least. Oh, that is a lot. Sorry. I'm not used to public speaking. It is not my forte. But I do keep thinking about how our families were destined to meet. And I feel like on so many fronts, Robert and I were destined to be together. And clearly that had a lot to do with Mirabai. And that had a lot to do with my mom and her mom. So when I first met Mirabai, I thought, oh my God, she is so much like my grandma. I cannot believe it. And my grandmother was, you don't know, but well, she was a lot like Mirabai. She was also from this crazy background. She was raised in an orphanage at the turn of the century. It was not the most pleasant place. But she also had this sunny outlook on life. And she was one of four, like Mirabai. And she was the survivor in the group. Nobody else fared functional except her, like Mirabai. And they just have this thing in common where they're always looking forward. They're always looking to find the best in people, to find that silver lining wherever it is. And she does that. She's like, well, we can, again, we can make this work. Well, we can fix this. Even when I think it is not fixable, she thinks it's fixable. So I admire that a lot. But I'll tell you how we knew that one night our families were conjoined forever, apart from our fabulous children, which, are bonded us no matter what Robert and I do. But we're pretty much in it for the end anyway. But one night, Mirabai and my mom had taken Ian, right? Was it Ian or Dylan? Dylan. Dylan was having trouble sleeping, and they were staying at my parents' house, and they're like, we'll take the kids, you guys have a break. And Robert and I were like, good, because, we're tired. And so they took him out for a car ride, and Dylan was trying to go to sleep. And they started talking about various things, right? They were talking about things in common, markets they had gone to, because they were both raised in LA. I'm fourth generation Los Angelina. Mirabai came there as a little kid, basically raised in LA. My mom was born and raised in LA. Robert and I were born and raised in LA. And anyway, so they're talking about one thing they had in common. They went to this thing, they went to that thing, they went to this concert, they went to that hamburger place. It was one of those kind of conversations. And pretty soon it was like, well, there was this funny guy. I knew a vegan in the 70s. And, right, this is how it went. And he had a polyester suit. And, oh, this vegan I knew had a polyester suit too. And, oh, he was a dancer. Yeah, I knew this vegan, he was a dancer. And he hung out in these places in Marina Del Rey, Santa Monica, right? Is that right?
He did yoga.
He did yoga.
And ate raw food.
And ate raw food, absolutely.
Poetry.
Yeah, and poetry. Wrote bad poetry, as I remember. I was a little kid when this was going on, so I actually remember this guy. So it turns out this guy was a boyfriend of my grandmother's. Turns out this guy was a boyfriend of Mirabai's. Same guy. Yeah, Harold. Harold. And we couldn't believe it. They came home and they were laughing, like beside themselves. They couldn't even articulate words. They were laughing so hard because they could not believe that, of course, my grandmother, who clearly had the same taste in guys, or the guy had the same taste in women, is kind of how I look at it. My grandmother, he'd made the same observation I did before I knew. But we just thought it was an amazing thing that there had been this connection over somebody who was forward thinking, who was kind and thoughtful, over these two women who were incredible, incredible survivors, lovers of life and friendship. And it really hit home to me that Mirabai was family, you know? So, to you. Love you.
The light is gorgeous. You all look beautiful.
Do you need me to block at all?
No, I think. Well, yeah, you better just. Okay. All right. Wait. Oh, you disappeared. All right. The dog is here. All right. Have the dog on that side. That's perfect. But up higher. There we go. That's great. All right. Look at me.
Oh, that looks good.
I love it. Wait a minute. And what's your name back? Go this way a tiny bit. Then the blue. No, and then you go right. Yeah, you go, and then Leslie, PJ, come. There we go. So I can see. There you go. That's great. Okay, look at me. Let me check the light. Hold on. All right. Oh, I love it. All right, Mirabai. All these. Yeah. Here. Go ahead and grab it. Right. Where is it? Right there. Right there.
At which point we realized there was no.
Sorry, I'll try not to get.
Yeah.